I said, hey everyone, welcome back to the We Talk Sport podcast. As always, I'm your host, Corey Kanisoff, joined by co hosts Gerald Mendoza and PJ Dolan. Today, it's been a little while. We've missed a lot, and we're going to recap some of the more recent stuff as it comes through the episode. We're going to start with a heater, I suspect, though. Gerald, what do you got?
All right, so for my birthday this year, my family got together and got me a mini me from Build-A-Bear. Let me introduce you to Barrel.
My boy. Let me see Farrell one more time.
He's got a suit on, by the way.
What's with the megaphone?
Huh?
What's with the megaphone or gun that he has? I'm not quite
They
sure.
said it's supposed to be a
gun.
microphone or something.
It looks like a firearm.
Might as well be.
Hey man, look.
Well,
I think Barrel's got to be our new mascot. That's the only
well-
way to go.
Nah, we got Fat Boy for that.
What if we put Barrel on Fat Boy like a cowboy on a saddle?
Listen, when we have that live,
I am down for this.
that
Hey,
in-person
NBA draft
podcast,
in it. Eventually,
That's
the
true.
in-person podcast is coming. We did a
some point.
pilot.
that one.
But-
Listen, that in-person podcast is going to be a heater.
We did the
Damn right
pilot,
it is.
Gerald, of an in-person just discussing stuff, and it went really well. But we need this because this will be hilarious. And that was right before the pandemic hit too.
It was the day that everything shut down, and we're like, we should do a podcast. Now that we all have so much free time.
Yeah, let's start a podcast. Yeah, why not? So, moving on to other just bog standard sports news for now. Gerald, the U.S., Mexican, and Canadian cities have been announced as
Yeah, they weren't-
potential World Cup city bids, or are they confirmed?
They have the ones that were announced yesterday were confirmed. There were 23 proposed sites. They whittled it down to 16. There were 3 sites in Mexico, 3 sites in Canada, and 17 sites in the U.S. that were being proposed. Mexico got all 3 of its candidates through with some good stadiums, great cities in Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Monterrey. Canada got 2 of 3 in Toronto and Vancouver, which is it's basically all you need to see in Canada, I think.
Ontario, they got Toronto in there.
Yeah, and
Didn't get
The U-
anything in Montreal, so
They-
that goes to show
Mont-
French Canadians don't care about soccer.
Montreal was part of the bid until the city council voted to pull themselves out about a month ago. So
Common
That-
Justin Trudeau L.
I mean, that's the same exact thing that happened to Chicago in 2018, though. That's why Chicago wasn't on the list. But the cities in the U.S. that did get spots are Seattle, Santa Clara, which is, San Francisco area, Bay Area, L.A., Dallas, Houston, Kansas City, Atlanta, Miami, Philadelphia, New York/New Jersey, and Boston. I think I'm missing one, but I don't remember which one.
Well, it's not New York. There's no New York in it.
I'm
New
using
York
the
is not
official
hosting
list.
a game.
The list says New York, New Jersey.
And that just means the Meadowlands.
That just means New Jersey. As a fan of teams that play in that stadium.
Oh,
Listen, it's
Interjection, real quick.
Go
Very
ahead.
small sidebar. So, back in May, I went to see a Fish concert at Madison Square Garden, which was their makeup
yeah.
of their New Year's show because it got canceled because of the current pandemic. So they had their makeup shows for it, where they normally do a New Year's run of the night before New Year's Eve, and then New Year's the 1st. And so I went to the show that was supposed to be the New Year's Eve show, which was phenomenal. But mother and I, who took me, we stayed over in Secaucus, or we didn't stay in Secaucus, but we stayed right over next to. Are you guys familiar with the American Dream?
PJ, I'll let you take the lead on that one.
There is a 3 million square foot mall, which was supposed to be the biggest mall in America. It has 5 stores in it. 5.
That's not that shit that's like halfway built. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
No. This is fully built, but there's nothing in it.
No, PJ, I think you're talking about the ski slope that they built.
Yes, there is the ski slope there.
They built an indoor ski slope there.
Yep.
That's why it's slanted like that.
Well, you could have had me fucking fooled. Because I couldn't tell you what that was.
It also, they somehow managed to ruin the Izod Center, which is right next to it.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And so we stayed at this place, and the trip from Secaucus to New York City is very easy. But the trip from New York City to Secaucus on a Saturday night at 3 a.m. is not so easy. So we ended up having, instead of taking the link over, we had to get a train over to, golly, what's that terrible place in New Jersey?
There's a lot of them.
I was about to say Camden.
Hoboken. We had to go over to Hoboken and take.
I mean, I would say Hoboken is like the least worst of the worst. But
it wasn't good. Oh, also, Gerald just put up that polite thing. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at the We Talk Sports 20 on Twitter, and like, share, and subscribe to this podcast if you find it interesting. If not, well, stay tuned and see if you do. So we did that. Cool experience in New York. Bad experience in New Jersey. New Jersey, kind of dog water. In The Sopranos, they make it seem like you can get from Newark to New York City in like 5 minutes. Not true.
Well, on a similar note, when Corey and I, Corey separate from this Corey, went to a Yankees game in New York, we stayed in New Jersey, and I had quite an opposite experience. I had some fantastic Chinese food, and then we took the most expensive Uber of my life to Yankee Stadium, and then it was fine after that. You know, aside from the money, it was a pretty good experience.
To say, though, is I did in the last 2 months have 2 new ballparks crossed off my list, one of which being Yankee Stadium. I will say we did not get in at first pitch, so I can't say that I had a full experience. The food seemed around a great place where they would
Mike's
be.
a little muffled, my boy.
I was about to say, something just happened to your mic. It just got a little
Is
muffled.
that a little better?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's better.
Well, I guess it figured itself out. But, yeah, the food seemed few and far between where they would be. And otherwise, it was a very good experience. Taking the train into the game was not excellent. But beautiful stadium, very awful fans all around. There's a huge 400 section, yellow gold, right up. And it's like, bro, you're in the 400s. How do you see this? So that was a lot of fun. And then the second one was Tropicana Field down in Tampa or St. Pete, Florida.
Yes.
Excellent stadium, very well organized. Indoor felt very humid just because of all the people. All the food, like the good food though, is on the first ring. So if you go see a game there, make sure that
Are you talking about stadium experience, or are you talking about actual stadium? Because I'm not about to sit here and let you talk about how Tropicana Field
stadium.
is an actual stadium.
stadium and stadium experience, but I'm getting into each one. The food experience is great if you're on the first floor. So if you ever go to Tropicana, make sure that you get first level seats and you don't don't try to cheap out on the second. But the fan experience at Yankee Stadium was much more immersive than it was at Tropicana.
Here's the thing about the Trop, though. I thought it was so bad that they stopped selling the upper level seats again.
They did. They stopped selling the 300s, but you do have access to the 200s. The 200s are what I got right behind home plate, or not behind home plate, but back into the left a little bit.
Right.
It was a beautiful ballpark from the inside. A great viewing experience. I can't imagine that there's a bad seat in that 2/3 capacity house, but it leaves a lot of questions, like why is there randomly a restaurant in left field, and why is nobody ever sitting there?
I mean, stuff like that. I guess from the player's perspective, the players do hate playing there, from what I've heard. It has to do with the rings and the roof leaks sometimes. And it's like you said, it's a very human experience. I can't imagine what it's like on a field. And also, it's turf, you know.
I will say two final closing thoughts is, number one, I didn't get the full experience from Yankee Stadium because I didn't get to go through Monument Park. So I missed that. So I can't give it a full rating, but I would say Yankee Stadium, 67 out of 100. Tropicana, 64 out of 100.
I'm glad you said 64, my boy, because I was not going to let you put the Trop over Yankee Stadium. Old or new, bro.
Yeah.
All right, real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me pull up this map real quick. I'm going to... The map of the cities that got confirmed. Here is the map, okay? This is the map. We got Seattle, San Francisco, LA, Kansas City, Dallas, Houston, Miami, Atlanta, Philly, New York / New Jersey, and Boston all together. There were other candidate cities of Cincinnati, Ohio, Baltimore / DC, Nashville, Tennessee, and Denver, Colorado. Those were the cities that got left out of the U.S.
I'm surprised that they didn't put DC instead of Philly.
I am surprised as well. I would have thought it's a toss-up between... Listen, New York / New Jersey was always going to be there just because of MetLife.
Right.
That was always going to be a thing. I think they want to host a final there, but LA or Dallas might get in the way of that. But still,
well, and here's my conspiracy on it, and it's not so much a conspiracy as it is just something to think about. DC is also not equipped to handle the fans that will be coming in. When it comes to the parking, Philadelphia has 3 stadiums all adjacent. They can handle the World Cup tailgate, the World Cup tailgate, because people are going to come to tailgate outside, and they don't want to see the game from inside.
Oh, and also
DC
the fan
cannot handle that.
Right.
And also,
and
I want to say the architecture of Philadelphia is made to support Philly fans, where they knock over light posts and they destroy buildings. Whereas DC, not so accommodated to that, because then it's a national security threat.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Like I said, it would have been a toss-up between... Honestly, I thought they would have kept New York, and if they chose Philly, that Boston was the real wild card. But then you have to remember, Robert Kraft has had his hand in U.S. soccer for decades at this point.
Yep.
He was integral to the formation of the MLS at the very beginning. He's been one of the biggest proprietors. He was the honorary president of this bid committee when it was being submitted to FIFA in the first place. And he owns an MLS team. Oh, and also about what you said about Philly. Having Philly, the stadium's right there, right off the highway too, with so much parking and so accessible compared to anything Baltimore or DC could offer in its place. I mean,
now that I think about it, DC or Baltimore would have been an absolute shit show as far as traffic goes.
Here's the thing, because they wanted the way they wanted to do it is have the fan festival in DC on the mall, and then have the games at M&T. But both of those are we've gone to M&T and Camden Yards and all that, and getting there. The problem with it is that the highway just stops right at the stadium, and then you're stuck in real confined city traffic with one-way roads and terrible layout for parking. And then on the other side,
it doesn't have the infrastructure.
And then before they combined their bids, they were going to try to use FedEx Field.
Well, that wasn't going to happen.
and
use RFK.
I would have told them to do that too. It's just sitting there, renovate it, and tell them to use it as a soccer stadium. I mean, it held games the last time. What happened?
Surprised by on this list, because I feel like most of the cities have recently new football stadiums. Like Miami just did a whole thing. Dallas.
Oh no, Miami. I knew was going to get out. Orlando. Oh, so I forgot to mention, missed out because they have Camping World Stadium or the Citrus Bowl. But that's an old stadium, and even though it's nice, it's not Miami, you know.
Yeah.
Houston surprised me because I thought if they went to Dallas, Houston was out. Honestly, because I really thought they were gonna get Colorado.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like they would have been more spread out through the U.S.
Well,
they all seem concentrated.
Here's my thoughts on it is this is very much, if you look at this map, it's very population based. So you're going to get most of especially when you come to foreign travelers, most American airports operate off the eastern seaboard or the western seaboard. So they will either be flying into Atlanta, the world's biggest airport, or they'll be flying into the West Coast. Putting 2 in the West Coast seems small to me. I would have thought that they would have put 3 there, like in California at least. But I like the Kansas City location to keep the Midwest fans allowed to go to a game within their driving range. I think
here's the thing:
it might be a little bit suspicious, or Boston would be a little suspicious when they could have put something in Colorado.
Here's my thing. Yeah, that's another thing. Even if DC didn't get it and Colorado did, because here's the other thing. This doesn't show the Mexico or Canada portions of the map either, but they also chose Toronto, which is here. So they could have had a hub here.
It's a little bit further left, but yeah, thereabouts.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, though.
Yeah,
Toronto is in. So there's this big cluster of 4 cities right here, and then everything else. There's this, and then the 3 Mexican city cluster, and then the West Coast.
And there's 2 right next to each other with Seattle and Vancouver.
Yeah, that's another thing. They're right there. And, I forgot to mention the city that got left out of the Canada, because Canada got one city that got left out was Edmonton.
Yep, which would be right in the middle of Montana, I believe.
It should be right around here, but further north. So, but in any case, the stadiums that are being used, I mean, are of the highest quality that you can imagine. It's MetLife, Jerry World, Arrowhead is an older stadium, but they needed Kansas City to keep the Midwest in focus, so Arrowhead is the best option.
And it's not like Arrowhead's a bad, outdated stadium.
No, and let's be honest here. Kansas City fans are actually pretty great fans, so they want to bring that in to the. They want to bring that energy into the World Cup, and I think that'll work out pretty well. Yeah, Houston works pretty well. Obviously, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I mean, Corey can go on for hours about Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
I'm surprised by the amount of indoor stadium.
I'm not surprised at all, because coming from the amounts of places in the world, they want it more climate controlled, and especially
I was about to say
is an outdoor stadium.
It
has an optional dome.
Here's the thing: all of these stadiums, by contract, are going to have natural fields by the time they have high quality natural grass fields.
You
by the time this tournament,
players playing on turf.
No, they're
That-
not going to have any players playing on turf. Now, I think that Arrowhead, Lincoln Financial Field, Levi Stadium, and Hard Rock Stadium are the only ones that already have natural grass, but the other ones are pretty easy to implement. MetLife, easy to implement. You just got to maintain it.
Yeah, thank God we can stop having people tearing their ACLs during the Giants games. That'd be great.
I saw something here, and I want you to scroll down a little bit because I saw this in Boston as Gillette Stadium is on that list.
Yes.
That is an awful pick for a location. My mother and I went to the game for the AFC Championship back in Indianapolis versus the New England Patriots. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but otherwise, we went to it. Parking is dog water. Parking is terrible.
Really.
Yeah, the parking
Also,
there.
what's going on with like that little bridge over there? Like,
Oh, yeah, that right there?
That
sure
is that is a strip that leads kind of up to. I don't think that this is a fully updated map. That might have been construction lined, but the parking in it was terrible, and you had to pay like $50 to walk a mile to get to the stadium.
So
It was
here's
not
what I want to do real quick. Since we're kind of just on this, so you have your thoughts about Gillette Stadium.
Sure.
Let's consider the rest of the U.S. stadiums. All right, just give me your straight up thoughts. MetLife
Love it.
and PJ said he's.
I gotta separate my like attachment to the Giants. MetLife for soccer, I could see that being a huge stadium. It's just that
They wanna. I'm pretty sure they
my
wanna
personal
hold the final.
take on it is that MetLife could have been so much more if the fucking Jets didn't jump on our bandwagon to try to move in our stadium again. Because the Giants, it was up to them. We would have had a retractable roof. We would have had all these things, and the Jets were like, no. So as a stadium, I feel like MetLife has much more potential. But removing my personal attachment to the stadium, it's a beautiful soccer stadium.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, I think they want to hold a final here. Pretty good candidate for the final. Like I said, we're definitely going to the games in this tournament. Like, no doubt.
Yeah, sure.
We are hitting this thing on the road. I want to go to multiple games. I think it's possible if if we really get everything going. Next one, AT&T Stadium, Jerry World.
Love it.
If I can say anything, this is the most FIFA stadium that there is. Because who's more FIFA than Jerry Jones in the U.S.?
Yep. Nobody.
I mean, maybe James Dolan or Dan Snyder, but
Dick Pound when he visits.
jeez, Dick Pound. All right, Arrowhead Stadium.
I love it for the location.
Yeah.
I like it for the location as well, and great atmosphere. That stadium's going to be jumping, and it's unique, and it should be a great time.
Yeah, for sure.
Next up, NRG Stadium in Houston.
I mean, it's a beautiful
Don't have
stadium. So
Don't have any input.
Right, I think NRG is kind of like almost kind of like a 6.7 out of 10, if that makes sense. Like
It's milk toast.
it's the pinnacle of mid in the United States.
Yeah, definitely. I like that it has the Teflon roof that a lot of natural light still can get in. And I think it's a very well built stadium, but other than that, like, it's not striking or impressive in any way. But it's very functional and it worked pretty great. And I think Houston will be a great location.
Super Bowls there. I don't see why.
Oh yeah, but they've also held how many Super Bowls in the Superdome?
Yeah. Fair play.
Yeah. Yeah. So they held Super Bowls at Rice Stadium before.
Fair enough.
So, all right, next up, Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
10
I
out of
rock
10.
with it.
Next one. Next one. 10 out of
I've
10.
never been there, but I want to go
11
so
out of 10.
bad.
Best stadium in the
I-
world.
I'll give it an 11 out of 10. Jesus Christ, this thing. SoFi Stadium.
Oh, 12 out of 10. It's new.
That's
It's updated. It's
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat. This is also another candidate for the final, and I can see why. They said it.
MetLife.
Here's the issue, and they're gonna get it fixed because Stan Kroenke already committed to it. But here's the issue. They have to renovate it.
Already, they just fucking built it.
They have to renovate it to host the World Cup because the stadium isn't wide enough to hold a FIFA level soccer pitch on it.
Soccer field.
And so they're going to have to renovate it and either take some seats out or expand or push some seats back or put some movable seats on the lower bowl or something to that effect and have everything work out. But other than that, I mean, Stan Kroenke's good for it because he actually likes LA. But I mean, hey, I think this will be a great stadium. This one might hold the inaugural match. Same thing.
LA and MetLife are going to have, like...
the marquee matchups.
Yeah, they're going to split, like, the big ones.
They're going to have Mbappe and Erling Haaland playing for them. PJ, be honest with me. Do you even know who Erling Haaland is?
I'm going to keep it a bad stack, no. But I know who Mbappe is. So
all right.
You had me there.
Okay. Next up. Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia.
Dislike.
Yeah. Oh, here's the thing. I think we all three of us hate Philly.
Even the mascot ran away.
Yeah, I know. the cat fat boy does not want anything to do with Lincoln Financial Field. But hey, they picked it. Also, 2026 will be the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And the tournament will coincide with the 4th of July time period. So it's gonna be a bender that entire month.
God, I can't wait to go binge drinking in Philadelphia.
And
Why?
that's one way to put it. All right, speeding through the last few. Lumen Field.
That looks like more of a soccer stadium than.
Here's the thing.
I agree.
This has.
We're gonna go insane.
Yeah, this has the best soccer stadium fans in the MLS, and they constantly sell out even the top row for special games. 67,000 fans will fill up the stadium. Seattle Sounders fans, if you've never seen them, search them up. They're pretty great. This is going to be an awesome stadium. I just hope it doesn't rain too much during that time. Next up, Levi Stadium.
It's a new stadium.
Decent.
I guess that's all you could really say about it. It's all right.
World Cup at Candlestick would have went crazy, though. I can tell you that much.
That's true. That's true.
Hard.
I'm so mad they got rid of Candlestick for that shit.
All right, we already heard our thoughts on Gillette, and I think this might be the last one. Miami.
I mean, they have soccer games there like every other year, so I mean, it's pretty well established.
I remember during our stadium episode. Do you remember our stadium episode for this podcast?
It's the most iconic episode.
It really is. You guys complained mercilessly against the new Hard Rock Stadium.
Yeah, because it looks like a fucking toilet.
Fact.
I don't know what toilets you're going to, PJ. I've never seen a square toilet in my life.
It still looks like a toilet.
You're going to the wrong places, Gerald.
Oh, so now all of a sudden,
I don't know what special toilets you have to accommodate your rice diet.
Well,
listen, PJ, I just know I'm not the one pissing in a box, okay? Secondly...
Fair enough, I guess, whatever that means.
Fair play. Got him.
Secondly,
right.
I also know I'm not the one taking pisses next to random midgets at Pickles.
Oh, you can't
hey,
say
bro,
that.
That wasn't my fault.
I'm sorry, dwarves.
Okay, so backstory. The three of us go to an Orioles game, and naturally, we went to Pickles beforehand, and I'm just in the bathroom minding my own business, pissing like a normal person does, and this wee lad comes up to me like in the urinal next to me, and he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, and then he looks up at me and he's like, "This is your first time pissing next to a midget, huh?" And I was like, I don't know how to react to that. So I was like, yeah, I guess. Like, this is the first instance that comes to mind. And yeah, we had a whole little conversation about how weird it was. And I'm like, bro, you're the one making it weird. I'm just trying to do my bit.
Why does this stuff happen to you so much? Because we were remembering this on the way back from the metro in Greenbelt.
I live a lavish lifestyle.
All right.
On that one, we actually have a special guest joining us for this one. We've got one Jay joining us for his opinions on these things sport.
Hell yeah. Oh, and
he's gone. All right. Well, in a moment.
There
he is.
There we go.
All right, Jay, can you activate your camera?
I am trying.
Can you hear me?
We can hear. Oh man, he's gone.
No, and he's
There seems to be.
Well, we are going to attempt to transition over to talking about the more sport relevant things, as in today. We're going to talk about Shell. We're going to talk about the MLB. We're going to talk about the NBA Finals, where we have ourselves a new champion. PJ, why don't you get us started off just talking a little bit on your thoughts on the MLB right now?
Well, to hear my thoughts about the MLB, let me tell you something. The New York Yankees are the greatest. The 2022 New York Yankees are the greatest team to ever step on a baseball diamond. Aaron Judge, I was a little mad. He didn't sign our contract. He was betting on himself, and every other year Aaron Judge is out for half the season. We're not halfway through the season yet, so it could still happen. So I'm not going to say too much about that, but he's balling the hell out. He leads the MLB in home runs right now. Yankees got the best record in the MLB. Yankees on 8-game win streak, I think. Look, wrap it up. I don't care who you put against us. Yanks in 6. What I really want to hear is Gerald's thoughts on the little Orioles to Nashville situation.
For those who aren't familiar, the Orioles have recently come out with one of their major owners, rather their stakehold owner, wants to move the team to Nashville as soon as he gets a majority share. Now, the MLB doesn't want this, and nobody else in the world wants this. But it is still floating in the ether.
I feel like
Listen, here's the thing. We all hated Peter Angelos already.
R.I.P.
The original owner who had been at the helm of the organization for a while, and now his sons have taken over. And now that his sons have taken over, apparently one of his sons is really the one managing more than anything else. I think it's John Angelos. His brother Lou is the one that apparently wants to move the team as soon as he gets majority ownership, and he is suing currently his brother to take ownership of the team
and move him
to Nashville, because
I feel like you could get away with that shit if it was like the Angels or like the Mariners or the Rockies.
Oh no! You can get away with this if it was the Rays.
It's the
Now,
Orioles.
Now, hold on. If I may interject, I have a guest joining us now again, who is loading up now. There's Jay. Our friend Jay joining us from sunny Orlando, Florida, on the situation. And he, as not an AL East fan, might have some input on the Orioles dumpster fire. But first, I have to say, I'm doing this, gentlemen. I'm doing it.
What's he doing now? Okay, yeah.
Fair enough.
Funky Bird.
I'm back. I'm back to Orioles fandom. Adley Rutschman is the future. He's the future. We've got our boy in Rodriguez. We got the boy we just called up. Adley just hit his first career dinger.
Now that boy
Orioles
are taking the AL East by 2026.
That doesn't.
3 to
Yeah,
4
that
years.
that also doesn't include. That doesn't include the work by Ryan Mountcastle, Trey Mancini, Cedric Mullins.
Bro, I'm mad that Ruben Odor is a fucking dog for the Orioles. That boy was
He's a beast.
cheats on the Yankees.
Yeah, he got his pay, and then he said, "No, I actually want to play somewhere where it's,
Now, I've got to hear from
What-
an outsider's point of view, from somebody who
Right,
was
right,
not
right.
raised in Baltimore. Jay thought of the Baltimore Orioles. We got you.
You can hear me now? Okay.
Yep."
Um, I don't keep up with the Orioles, to be honest with you.
That shows you. That's all you needed to hear, gentlemen. These are the Baltimore Orioles, lost to the news. They're nobody. But I'm telling you, in 3 to 5 years, the Baltimore Orioles are going to be the face of the AL East. That's all it takes.
I'll take that. I've been patient enough. I might as well keep on waiting. I do have one question for Jay, and really for the lot of us. If
Dodgers
you were to
in 5.
pick, if you were to pick one organization that you believe has the highest chance of moving somewhere else in the country, or even out of country, if that's an option still, which one would it be, and where would they go?
Are you talking about baseball or like all
Baseball.
baseball?
Tampa.
Tampa, yeah.
It's
Tampa, Seattle, Pittsburgh,
Yeah,
and the Angels.
I
Or
would
the
go with
Rockies.
Pittsburgh. I would go with Pittsburgh or the Brewers.
Pittsburgh or the Brewers. Okay.
My,
PJ said
Pittsburgh just
Tampa.
has such a beautiful stadium. Like I think,
I know PNC Park is.
excellent. I mean, that's. I think on our stadium.
Gerald, give me a
episode, we
point
rated
for
that
that. I forgot we were keeping score. Give me a point for that.
PJ.
Well, now here's the thing: PNC Park, as we put in on our stadium video, was a top 5 most beautiful stadium, with only I think Dodger Stadium and Camden Yards beating it. Now, this all going through, Pittsburgh ownership is into the thing. They got to move, and they got to move quick.
I mean, they traded how many people, bro? Didn't they have
Everybody.
Greinke and Cole and who else did they have? Literally on the same team.
Didn't
The
they had him
Pittsburgh Pirates never had Greinke. That was
Oh no,
the
Didn't-
Greinke
City
was on the
Royals.
Diamondbacks, wasn't
Listen, the Pittsburgh Pirates, I feel like, are the team where superstars are there before they're actually good, or they waste their prime in Pittsburgh, like Andrew McCutcheon.
he? You want to talk about
uh,
wasting your prime? Let's talk about Mike Trout.
wasting. Wasting your prime is. We're going to talk about the Orioles and their starting pitching rotation, which they have dished out classically across the league and have found better success. Right now, we're seeing Zach Britton be on a menacing tour. Right now, we're seeing other dudes across the league who are relievers. In the past, look at any of the Cubs pitchers. They came from Camden Yards.
I think
It's all
Arrieta
home
was
field.
probably the most well known for a
Yeah.
while. Zach Britton. Now, Zach Britton being was he any good at the Yankees?
He was a
Yes.
dog on the.
He was a
Yankees.
dog. He
Okay.
had that dog in him.
That boy. Hold up, pull up his X-ray, bro.
No. Here's the thing, PJ. The
Certified?
thing about Yankees
Oh.
pitching, it's either A-list level Hall of Fame, future Hall of Famer, or it's Joey Lasagna level.
Bro,
Now-
here's the thing. First of all, put some respect on fucking Joey Lasagna. First of all, the Yankees This year, we made 0 changes to our pitching lineup. The only change we made was we lost Kluber and Sevy came back from Tommy John.
And
But
Garrett Cole is doing how?
Sevy's not even starting. He's like a long reliever at this point. But the Yankees pitching is a bunch of fucking animals right now, bro. Have you seen the numbers we're putting up?
Well, here's my argument, though, is, Gerald, any pitcher has always been turned better by the Yanks. Andy Pettit,
Okay.
dog. You're talking about Mike Mussina, former O, dog. Anybody. Randy Johnson, dog.
I mean, yeah.
Beasts. Beasts. Everybody's beast. Now, I want to take a second and, Gerald, switch the background real quick. This one is for Taco Bell. Taco Bell, thank you for listening to our thoughts and prayers. Remember what they took from us. We can't really see the background too much, but God
I'm
bless them.
working on it.
Bring it back to Mexican pizza. Bless up. Even though it's not here anymore.
Bring back
Gerald.
the quesadilla.
Quesadilla, online only.
That shit.
Quesadillas
Online
back online. Yeah. Quesadillas back
Well,
online.
I feel like a fucking degenerate if I'm ordering Taco Bell online, Gerald. I need to.
If
it needs
you
to be
order
a natural
online-
experience.
If you order online, every $10 you spend, you get a free taco.
Oh shit.
Right, but like it's not Taco Bell is not something that you plan ahead. Taco Bell just happens.
You get it at 3 a.m.
Right.
Taco Bell
Go,
is the devil.
ghost riding the bike.
Not once in my life, as much as I love Taco Bell, have I ever come home and been like, "Damn, let me DoorDash some Taco Bell." Right now. Like that's not how that works.
No, here's the thing. I'll be honest. I've never gotten home with Taco Bell. Because if I'm being quite honest, I am too ashamed to
You're
bring that
routing it
into
up
my
in the
house.
car. Yeah.
Yes, I'm eating it in the there's a parking lot. Obviously, it's in a shopping center where the Taco Bell that I usually go to, and I just park my car and eat.
Usually
Oh.
go to. Look how far Gerald's come. He went from the
Gerald-
9 Taco Bell to the Taco Bell I usually go to.
Now, if somebody for whatever
Motherfucker.
reason has decided to binge our podcasts, they have seen Gerald be a Taco Bell denier to being a regular. Now, moving past that, we need to get on to our next topic. And of this,
Yes.
I'm going to start with Jay here on his take. Jay, just recently, the Golden State Warriors cruised past the Boston Celtics en route to a 4-2 victory in the NBA Finals, with Steph Curry claiming his first NBA Finals MVP award. What do you think this means for Steph Curry's legacy, and what do you take away from just the series in general and everybody else involved? Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum jumped a lot of spots in the league in this whole playoff run, for one. Then I'd say Steph has officially entered top 2 point guards of all time. And Clay is undoubtedly top 75. We have Draymond entering into an elite level of defender. He was some shit in the finals, but Marcus Smart shot them the fuck out of the series. Jaylen Brown is a him, and suck the Al Horford.
Wait, are you an Al Horford going into this series? Were you an Al Horford hater?
No,
You are now joining a crew of 3 Al Horford haters.
how can you hate someone so mid?
Keep in mind, this man bought that hat because he lost a bet to buy a Bismack Biyombo jersey.
Listen, Bismack. Don't go off on Bismack over here trying to donate his
also
salary
said-
to charity
I-
and build hospitals in Africa.
Okay,
Listen, you
okay,
can't trash
I
talk
also said-
Bismack.
I also said if Al Horford won a ring, I would buy an Alfred Horford jersey. Homeboy's name is not Albert; it's Alfred.
Which is worse.
It's worse, objectively. I still believe Alfred Horford is buns. He's cakes. He's cheeks. Time Lord would have done so much better with those minutes because Time Lord is him. For those who don't know, Robert Williams is the center for the Boston Celtics, and he goes by Time Lord because on his first rookie meeting, he was 15 minutes late, and people said, oh no, he wasn't 15 minutes late. Time was 15 minutes early. Hence, Time Lord. Greatest nickname
Listen,
in
also,
NBA history.
Don't listen. Also, don't be hating on my Orlando Magic Orange Fever Special Edition snapback. Okay.
I mean, just
That-
put out there, Gerald. Shit.
People in Orlando.
Buns. Cheeks.
Listen, here's the thing. The bet that you guys made a bet, and I think you ended up winning, which is why you never bought it. Is about the Alfred Horford jersey. It had to be an NBA Special Edition personalized jersey of one of the ugly ones. Like I think we did a jersey review. We picked one that was absolutely awful, and said
It was that one. It would have been that.
2015.
it wasn't the Orange Fever. It was not the Orange Fever.
Well, I forgot, but I'll have to check back in and get back to you next episode because I'm sure there was a
jeez.
bet that I did not lose.
Oh man.
Although, now staying on the NBA spectrum, who are your guys' teams that I know it's way early out before the draft? That's coming up in a week. It's time to think about who you think will do well and who you think will drop next year. Let's start with Gerald. Who do you think you get 2 teams to surprise, 2 teams to drop?
2 teams to surprise. I wouldn't call it a surprise, my first one, but I will say a team that is definitely gonna do very well, and I think could go all the way and win a championship. I think they've been knocking on the door for a while. Is the Miami Heat. I think it's been like I said, it's been a long time coming. I think they're gonna lock in. They're gonna add a few extra pieces that'll round everything out. Jimmy Butler and I'm trying to think who else.
Kyle Lowry, Mr. Thickums,
Kyle Lowry.
Bam
Yeah,
Adebayo.
Mr. Thick. Of course. Look,
Hey,
I think the
don't
team
forget
is gonna
about-
click.
Don't forget about Udonis Haslem.
That's going to be playing at the age of 50.
I was gonna say, has he been in the league for like 30 fucking years? Jesus Christ.
Hey,
So I'm
Udonis Haslem was a bench player when the Heat were winning the finals when
In
we were
06.
in middle school.
when Shaq was there, yeah.
Yeah.
That boy is old.
So I'm picking the Heat to definitely make I say my early pick for a championship team, and another team that will surprise. This is just hopeful thinking. The Washington Wizards are finally gonna pick it up. They're gonna. Dang! I just killed Jay.
Porzingis? Not with Porzingis, they're not gonna do shit.
Hey, listen, PJ.
Pingus is a bucket getter.
Pingus is a bucket
And
getter.
Yeah, until
Kyle
about January
Kuzma?
5th when he blows out his knee again. Every year he did with us
On time.
in Dallas.
Hey, PJ. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because I saw you during your Porzingis craze
This is a
in high
Porzingis
school.
slander account, bro. We don't talk about that.
This is not a slander count. We slander each other all the time. Listen here. Listen here, Jay. Jay, listen. This man came up to me at lunch in high school to show me a video of some chicken wings singing about how Porzingis is either the Latvian Dirk or the Latvian Sean.
Well, he's a Latvian Sean. I'm gonna tell you that damn much. That boy is some butt cheeks.
All right, moving
Okay.
things forward.
Playing better.
Gerald, and who are your 2 disappointments that you think will do worse next year? Keep in mind,
This is really early on. I think the Suns somehow are gonna fall off.
well,
Something isn't.
Aiton
Alright.
will be leaving in free agency, I believe.
Yeah,
He is,
and
I think.
Football regresses.
and I have no idea about anyone else on that team. I really don't know. Something about
Well, see, Chris Paul is 89 now.
I was about to say Chris Paul definitely can't make another run like that. I don't think he has it in him. I don't think he's gonna have the right tools around him. And I feel like Chris Paul is the type of guy who's like, oh, I don't have the right tools around me. I'm just gonna do it myself. But then when players start doing that, like I'm just going to do it myself mentality ends up costing them even more in the long run because they drain themselves, they drain their physicality, they start losing their focus on team-oriented tactics and just say, oh, nah, I'm just going to take this. And then the rest of the team doesn't like it. And I think, I don't know, something about them just doesn't convince me as much as I was convinced earlier in the postseason that they were going to make a really, really deep run, but and that would continue. Something about them right now just seems off with me. And the other team I think is going to fall off because they're due to fall off is the focus of this wonderful meme right here.
No.
PJ,
You think they're
Listen.
gonna fall off?
listen, PJ, it's the Knicks.
What you talking about? They're gonna fall
How are
off.
they going to fall lower?
It's the Knicks.
They
My boy,
fell off
we are
this
getting
season.
Donovan Mitchell.
No. Listen. Listen.
Wait.
Listen.
Hold on. Gerald, you know, get rid of that thing. Get rid of that. You know you're talking about Rowan Barrett here. You're talking about my
talking
man
about the
Rowan.
Knicks? First
You're
of all,
talking about
even if the
Rowan
Knicks were
Barrett.
good, if the Knicks were
were
good, how dare you say they're gonna fall off because they're still the Knicks?
They
The
were
Knicks can never
buns.
fall off because they've only been at the bottom. So no, the
How
Knicks
can we
Listen,
fall
listen,
off?
PJ,
We never been on.
PJ. They will. I was about to say, PJ. They'll find a way, and you know they
Hat you're
will.
wearing, son.
my boy.
There
Mind
is
what
no
hat you're
fucking way
wearing.
they
My
fall
boy,
off.
I'm still riding that gentleman sweep high from 2 years ago. What are you talking about? The Knicks are some dogs.
right. Let's.
The Knicks are some dog. I will give you this, PJ. Let me just. I will give you this. The Knicks did have the same amount of playoff wins as the Nets.
Now,
All right, I
let's
give
move
that.
on to our next transition right here and directly go to PJ. PJ, what are you thinking? Let's get him full screen because I know he got to take some luxury out on this.
My two teams are going to fall off. It's going to be Western Conference. Actually, not. I feel like the Celtics are going to fall off. Shoot me for that one, but
A little championship hangover. That's not unheard of. Not
Celtics are
unheard
gonna
of.
fall off, and
Listen, it's a Boston thing because the Red Sox did the same exact thing.
bro, the other team that's going to fall off is the Utah Jazz.
Facts.
That is a
Yep, okay.
that is a stone cold pick. Put it in blood. I don't care. Jazz are toast. Now, if we're going to the teams that are going to pick it up, you know how I roll around here. Teams that are going to pick it up. Definitely the Knicks because we are literally Julius Randle either being gone or Julius Randle being good again from being back to like a mid seed in the East. So you know that's how that goes.
So
Team that's going to pick it up.
yeah, another team that's gonna pick it up.
That's a lot of pressure, man. I don't know, man. I don't know about another team that's going to pick it up. I feel like all the teams that are like, all the teams I feel like are going to pick it up are like already established. So you know, I feel like the Bucks could make another chip run next year if that fills that in. But
They were a Chris Middleton injury away from winning the finals.
you said what?
Chris Middleton injury away from winning the finals.
There were, yep.
Pretty much.
All right, now let's move over to Jay's take, the expert basketball mastermind who we have on for his grandiose basketball takes. Lakers fan, by the way.
First team that's going to pick it up is going to be Dallas. They gave away nothing to get Christian Wood. That's a great addition. I can see
Okay.
them making a deep run.
You said Dallas?
Yeah, he said, yep.
They added Christian Wood for nothing, basically. That's going to be a huge piece for them going forward. I can see them doing something out west now. They already did this year with the conference finals berth. Then another team to pick it up would be New Orleans. They're going to get at least 20 healthy games of Zion before he gets injured.
Yeah.
Again. Brandon Ingram's underrated. probably the most underrated player in the league right now. And
Yes.
then, yeah, the addition of
Yep.
McCullough is huge for them as well. I could see them making at least the play-in.
Well, and CJ McCollum also, for the viewers who are not so keen on basketball, CJ McCollum gives them excellent, positioning at the shooting guard position when it comes to passing as well as shooting from range and taking it to the hoop.
And then
And for your two teams to fall off,
Brooklyn, I don't see
the
that core staying
bold
together.
choice.
I don't see them staying together. I see something in the future with Kyrie because they're not going to sign him long term. He's going somewhere else. So it's going to be KD and 9 scrubs versus everybody in the league. They still make the team.
Oh my god.
It's
My
just
boy
me.
is screeching right now, bro.
Philly, because they're not going to keep Harden either.
Okay.
Philly falling off is a sleeper, bro.
That's a.
The only pick I have a legitimate argument against is Dallas, not because of my hatred of Dallas, but because Jalen Brunson is going to be a Knick in about 3 months.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and say mine because I didn't think anybody was going to say any of mine until Jay said Dallas. Dallas will be outperforming what they did last year. They got Christian Wood. No team aside from maybe the Orlando Magic squanders young talent. And maybe the Lakers squanders young talent like Houston has done in the last 5 years. And Christian Wood is a bucket getter. Him on the Dallas Mavericks will provide that strong four that KP never could. That Dwight Powell couldn't do because he was oversized. He's going to be a strong guy down low who can help him out. I only see them going up. I think last year they only got something like, how many wins? Like 52, which is still incredible. But Jay and I were in the car when Luka dropped 40 and 10 and 10 or something like that in the first half.
It
Something
could be
ridiculous.
It could be like a little dark Tyson Chandler situation going on there.
Indeed. Yep. It would be exactly like that, but prime Tyson Chandler as opposed to out of the league Tyson Chandler. My next team on the ups, I've got a couple. I'd like to say Washington, but that's an easy thing to say. It's too easy to say they're going to be on the up. I think that the Chicago Bulls are going to be on the up because they are going to pay that man, Zach LaVine. They're going to give him his max that he deserves, and their boys are going to dog on the league. They're going to have their young boys, Patrick Williams, healthy. They're going to get their rookies back healthy. They've got they got Vucevic healthy. Alex Caruso healthy. They're going to dog. My fall downs, the guys I don't think are going to be so great next year, I'm going to say Golden State. And it's a hot take, but I don't think that, well, keep in mind, they didn't start the season, they started the season hot, very hot, and then they cooled down, and then they heated up again. I don't think they can keep that. And maybe this is my hater energy, but we'll get to the finals, or we already did, but all congratulations to Steph on his first finals MVP. Much love. As Jay, you said, second best point guard in NBA history. Conversation for top 2. But I don't think that they can get. I think it's a cop-out to say that they're in that conversation for dropping, so I'm not even going to bring them up. I think that the Raptors are going to drop because I don't know if they can retain Siakam. They might trade him, but he might be buns. I also think I also think the Suns are in that conversation to drop, because one of the conversations brought up is Ayton for Siakam straight up. And none of those trades make the other team better. None of them fit. No Siakam trade, because they can afford to pay him, but they don't want to pay Siakam. I don't think that he is worth that max hit, but also I don't think anybody else fits. So I see the Raptors dropping, and I see the Suns dropping because they will not be able to retain Ayton. And Chris Paul is aging. Devin Booker is showing signs of not having that dog in him anymore. And their bench depth just isn't really having it. Now, on to a really fun point right here. Hey, PJ.
Yeah, what's good?
How about your Rangers?
Man, what you want me to get mad about that? The Rangers weren't supposed to be shit this year, and we still made it to Game 6. I can't complain. Look, I say that now, but it's gonna be like me with the 2017 Yankees, bro. I'm gonna be like, oh, we weren't supposed to be shit, and then we came, this close to making it to the chip, and then, it fell through, and here we are years later. I can tell that's about to happen, but right now I'm gonna enjoy the moment, and we far outperformed any expectations we had. Rangers got some dogs in them. They got some strong young talent. Rangers are on the up and up. Believe that.
Well, I mean, clearly the Rangers have some good talent in them. But when you look at the last, you guys got beaten 6? Is that correct?
Yeah. In the Eastern Conference Finals, which, first of all, to get there, we had to beat Pittsburgh, which, their perennial playoff presence. And, not necessarily off of talent, not dismissing their talent, but not necessarily just off of talent, but like off of experience alone, they could have whooped our ass. And we took them to 7 and we won. And then, because you look at our team, who there has been on a deep playoff run before, except for the boys that were with us back, in 2015 and shit. We had Kreider and all them.
I will say, Zibanejad, dog.
He's an animal.
Dog. Myself.
I'm for him getting the captain patch next year.
For the first year in a long time, Gerald, you might not know, but I've become an avid hockey fan. And Jay and I followed, along with one of our friends, Dylan, the entire hockey run this playoffs. And especially the Toronto Maple Leafs, because our friend Dylan is from Ontario. The amount of heartbreak,
paper towel every single.
The amount of heartbreak that I saw the Caps lose to the Panthers, and then I saw the Maple Leafs lose to the Lightning, and then I was in Florida for that whole weekend after both of these things happened. Dogwater State, burn it. Get rid of
it. Listen. I feel the same way about Virginia as a state.
Bro, but the Lightning got fucking rinsed.
They're basically. I think I listened to Ed Norris on the Big Bad Morning Show here in Baltimore, 105.7.
Ed Norris from The Wire.
Ed Norris from The Wire as well. Yeah. Listen, Ed Norris. Huge hockey fan, originally from New York, loves the Rangers, but his favorite thing to say is that the Lightning are just Rangers South, if we're being honest. They are the new Rangers. I'm like, are you sure about that?
That's a good take, actually.
That hurts.
But in any case, I did watch the Caps and Panthers series. And then when they lost, like any good fan of a great sport, I decided to completely skip out on everything else. But
I rooted for the Panthers. However, I do want to
That
say,
makes sense. That makes sense for you, considering
I
you
wanna
have rooted for the
lose-
Flyers before as well.
well, I'm a Flyers guy.
Yeah, exactly, Jay. Listen, if you whatever you and Gritty do in your free time is your business, but
We hit the gritty.
y'all hitting something.
All right, Gerald, I'm not here for you to slander me.
In any
So,
case,
go ahead. Finish your statement.
nah. I'm saying I'm
Okay.
thinking they're gonna drop a new set of reverse retro sweaters for the NHL, and I do want to take one day to look through them at a certain
Yes.
point.
Yeah, we have to make an episode.
Because the last one some of them made no sense.
the Caps
like-
one looked nice though, with the eagle.
Yeah, with the eagle. PJ was disappointed
I
that the Lady
remember
Liberty
Buff-
jersey didn't have the
Buffalo
actual.
sorry,
red
looked
sleeves.
really good.
I'm in the same room as the litter boxes right now, and this cat is taking a fat ass dookie right next to me, bro. Like I'm actually.
I mean, I'm in a
Okay.
supply closet, so it doesn't even matter.
So moving to a next very quick before we get to our normal finishing round, which Jay is unfamiliar with and he'll be completely blindsided by. But we're going to start right now talking about what you expect a team to rise and a team to fall by the end of, or rather, I should say, two predictions. Easy enough. Two predictions by the end of the MLB regular season. PJ, go ahead.
Teams to rise. One team to rise.
No. Two predictions. Two random predictions.
Two random predictions. All right, I rock with it. My first random prediction is the Orioles are going to be in the wild card race.
Also, for any prediction you make that is correct, Gerald has to take one alcoholic beverage drink.
The
off.
Orioles. Okay, let me be ultra specific with this then.
Gerald,
By the time early
Jay, let me
September
introduce you to
rolls
Gerald.
around,
Hold on. Let
Jay-
him give the back.
Gerald has never taken an alcoholic beverage,
Oh. Okay.
but he is willing to, for the right reason.
all right.
If a
so I
good
feel
enough
like this
reason is given. Go ahead, PJ.
If by September 1st the Orioles are still in wild card contention, that's it. That's a bold prediction.
September 1st, Orioles and wild card contention. All right. And your other prediction?
My other prediction, Yankees in 6. Fuck are you talking about? Yankees in 6. I don't care against who. I don't care what round. Yankees in 6.
You mean like the Dodgers?
Look, bro. The Mets? Is that who I have to worry about? Yankees in 6.
The Mets, baby. All right.
Oh,
so
there's my
forward-
not so bold prediction is that the Mets are going to fall off a fucking cliff in about mid-August.
All right, so you've got Yankees in 6 in the World Series, and you've got Orioles are still in wild card contention.
On
Now, what do you
September
mean
1st.
contention? September
Like,
1st. What do you mean contention?
Within like 6 games.
All right, that is bold.
I like
Gerald and I didn't think they'd be a 500 team for the next 4 years.
I honestly, I was
Hey,
ready
they
for it because the
pushed
last
bro.
3.
Look,
But hey,
I'm glad-
like you said, Adley Rutschman and then everyone else becoming just absolute fire right now.
Bro, look,
All
as a
right.
Yankees fan, you are our divisional rivals, but know that I have nothing in my heart but love for the Orioles.
All right,
Yeah,
Jay.
I can accept that.
I wish nothing but the best for the Orioles because the fuck am I going to hate the Orioles for? They're the Orioles.
2 MLB takes, Jay.
The Guardians are currently in second in Central, so they're going to drop for sure. I don't see them. No, they're not staying at second. And
Where do you put them? You got to be definite.
fourth, I think they start to go mid, especially on their next run. They're playing what Dodgers. Okay, let me look at their schedule. Yeah, they're not winning.
They're playing. You know, you can't spell Dodgers with a dog.
And then I'd
The
say Mets
only
and 5.
team to have that dog in them.
Lindor different. King of NY.
Skip. Skip.
I can't
Oh.
rock with this. You know that the Mets are destined to fold. You know that that's going to happen because that's the Mets. That's what they do. It's like me saying that the Knicks are going to win the finals in 6 games. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, the Knicks won't even get to the playoffs.
Exactly.
I don't
The
know.
Mets could drop off a cliff right now and barely make the wild card.
The Knicks.
The Knicks are going to win the chip, but that's besides the point.
Oh yeah, Julius Randle for MVP.
Jeez. This is why we can't have nice. This is why we can't have nice things.
All
if we're
right.
being honest.
Next up on the MLB hot takes. Jay, you left him a little cold to be desired,
Huh.
but Gerald's gonna heat him up.
Jeez. All right, my first take. Mariners make a deep run into the playoffs.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
shit.
yes,
Ha!
100%.
Mariners make a deep run into the playoffs. And secondly, the Astros won't make the playoffs.
That's a
Agree.
bold one.
I am.
They are 9 games ahead, but
I'm
Listen,
absolutely here
it
for
is.
I love you,
It's
Gerald.
June right now. We're about to get ready. We're about to get ready for the All-Star break, aren't we?
yeah,
Yeah, like July.
Okay, so perfect. After the All-Star break, I predict, and I guess I'll be accurate with this. The Astros are going to play from the All-Star break to the end of the season. They're going to be a 400 team max.
I love it. I love it. I thrive off negativity. I love it.
Listen, this
Now-
podcast owes its
give yourself-
existence to the hatred of the Houston Astros.
Give yourself 20 points for all I care. If we're still keeping score, you win.
I got 3 for PJ, 4 for Corey, 3 for Jay, and myself I have 0. So
well, you win.
okay. Well, hold
Stop
on.
counting.
Now,
You win.
you're missing the point when I get to take my prediction. My first prediction: Aaron Judge. How many home runs does he have right now?
I want to say 20,
25.
somewhere around there.
He
Let me
doesn't
look it
hit
up.
40. He doesn't hit 40.
I could see that, honestly.
Aaron Judge will not hit 40. If we
As
look
much
at his
as I love
last
the
season,
man,
if we look at his seasons since his only good season,
only
in
good
2000
season.
his only
Oh, no,
in
you had
in 2017,
about.
every other season, 27 dingers, 27
He's been
dingers,
hurt
20,
the entire damn
2020,
season.
I get it, 9 dingers, 2021, 39. That was a great season, but that wasn't his 52 dingers. 25. You know what that means? Fucking Achilles. He's done. Pec muscle. Something. Injury prone. He's done. Not hitting 40. Not getting 40. Next prediction.
That's why Clayton Kershaw's only chip is a fake one, bro. I want to hear it.
Oh,
We played the same amount of games you did, brother. I'm sorry. Clayton Kershaw has an MVP. What does Aaron Judge have?
He should have had an MVP. Cheating ass Altuve took that shit.
Also, next prediction. How bold should I be? Because I can be
Scorching
50%.
hot. Scorching
bolder than a Sharpie.
Okay, because my first thing, Dodgers are going to go on a 12-game win streak sometime this season. Instead, the Birds are going to go on a 9-game win streak this season.
I'm here for it, bro. That's how they get to the playoff
The
contention.
Birds. No. Fuck it. The Birds are going to go for an 8-game win streak. 8 games.
Okay. More realistic.
The
than that.
Birds are going for 8 games. Aaron Judge will not hit 40. That is my call. Look at the history. Aaron Judge has only ever hit over 40 dingers once. You know who else has never hit for 40 dingers? Me. I'm just as good as Aaron Judge, except for that one. Just saying.
Y'all gotta shut the show off, bro. I can't listen to this.
Now, coming down to the end sequence, we are going to talk a little NFL. Let's go. Gerald, how do you think your favorite team is going to do next season looking at the standings? Or rather, looking at your schedule.
Let me pull up my schedule real quick. My initial thoughts, though.
I will run through them really quickly.
I'll give you either whether we'll win or I'll give you a prediction after if the win or lose each game you run down. All right, give me that.
At Colts.
Loss.
Keep in mind, this is the Washington Commanders that Gerald is.
Yeah, with Carson Wentz and Chase Young's supposed to be coming back. Terry McLaurin hopefully gets his money and he'll be good weapon. For
I was
going to
make a joke about a certain quarterback, but rest in peace.
Who? Andrew Luck?
No, never mind. Okay, so week 1 at Colts.
Week 1 at Colts loss, I think.
Okay, week 2 against the Jaguars.
Win.
Week 3 at Lions.
Win. You say Eagles?
Yeah.
Week 4 at
Somebody
or
keep in
at
mind
home?
How many wins? No, I'm going to say at somebody if it's at them, or otherwise.
Oh, okay,
it's
so it's
somebody wins and losses.
so
Right
week
now,
4
they're 2-1.
Eagles. Yeah, so week 4 Eagles.
All right, 2-2.
Win.
At Cowboys.
Win.
Titans.
Win.
Oh!
At Bears.
Win.
Packers.
Loss.
Vikings.
Win.
At Eagles.
Loss.
At Texans.
Win.
Falcons.
Jeez.
They don't have a quarterback.
Yes, but listen.
Why is this
listen.
taking more time than you saying that you beat the Titans?
Because at this is the time in the season.
Okay,
at this point in the season is where
Come on.
instinct. All right, win. Okay,
At Giants.
win.
Giants.
Win.
At 49ers.
Loss.
Browns.
Loss.
Cowboys.
Loss.
I'm pretty sure you just projected your team to go 11-6. I wasn't keeping track.
That's on instinct. I think that's a doable record. Now, if I get the exact wins and losses mixed around, obviously, but 11-6, I think is doable. I think it's a manageable
I
result.
thought I was living in a fantasy land.
All right. Yeah. That was ridiculous. Gerald, I would like you to bring up my Indianapolis Colts and give me
Yes.
the rundown.
Will do. Indianapolis Colts.
I'm not going to
All
say
right.
W to all 17, I'm telling you.
Okay. Um, sorry, let me find a better list.
It should be like ESPN. Just look up Colts.
Okay.
2020. Okay, go ahead.
At the Texans.
Lost to Growing Pains.
All right. At Jaguars.
W by a million.
Kansas City.
Chief. Fluke win.
You get the fluke win?
Yeah.
Okay. You get the hold on. So that's wait, hold on. So that's 2-1 so far.
Yeah, I've got it on my fingies.
Okay. Perfect. So that's
We're 2-1 at this.
yep. Titans.
Dub. It's at home.
Yep. At Broncos.
They've Russell Wilson, but Growing Pains 4-1.
Okay. Washington.
Washington's next.
I mean, I'm sorry. Versus Jaguars. Home against Jaguars.
Loss. Yeah, we're losing to them.
Okay.
Don't question me.
All right. At Titans.
Loss.
Washington.
Dub. Easy million. It's a revenge game.
At
And
Boston.
Carson Wentz has no backbone. At Patriots, we're winning. I know.
At Las Vegas.
Revenge game, we're going to lose it. We're going to take another loss. 6-4.
Are you sure you're counting correctly?
Probably not.
No, you're not. I got it. Never mind. Just keep on going.
Counting.
Yeah. At home versus the Eagles.
Win. Frank Reich has his playbook.
Versus Steelers.
Win. Steelers quarterback is dead.
Holy shit. We just jumping right into it.
What's next?
A
next,
funeral,
Gerald?
apparently.
What's next, Gerald?
Christ.
At Dallas.
W. It's Dallas. They won't have a quarterback by this week.
At Vikings.
They don't have a quarterback. Win.
Now, are these quarterbacks going to be dead or just injured?
We'll see.
Yeah,
Jeez. Chargers.
loss.
Okay. And at home versus the Texans.
Isn't there a game on before that?
I'm sorry. At New York.
We're used to the cold,
Which
so
New York?
W. The New York Football
Okay.
Giants.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, and then versus Texans to close out the season.
W. Was that 10-7?
You got 12-4.
12-5? W.
12-5. 12-5.
Super Bowl
Yeah.
winning team. All right, now here's the fun part. I have dictated, and through my learning, Jay and PJ are fans of the same football team.
Okay.
Let's fucking
So what we're
go.
going to do is just go W or L when I tell you your regular season game.
Okay.
Right? All right.
I'm shockingly realistic when it comes to the Giants, by the way.
I'll say
Yeah.
at a team or against a team. At means it's at home, or at means it's away. Against means it's home.
Okay.
Got it? All right. Against Colts.
Loss.
Loss.
At Titans.
Loss.
Against Panthers.
Loss.
Dub.
Dumb. All right. Against Cowboys.
Loss.
Loss.
Against Bears.
Loss.
You better. No, win.
At
Okay.
Packers.
Win.
Loss.
PJ, I like your attitude. It's a trap game. It's a trap game.
Oh, and
right.
that's a London game too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Giants is undefeated in London. Keep it going.
Against Ravens.
Loss.
Dub. I expect
Dub.
Lamar Jackson's ankles will implode by that point in the season.
All right.
You said
he's got
unemployed?
dubbed against-
No,
he's got
implode.
dubbed
Oh.
against
His ankle's gone.
Panthers. You've got dub against Panthers and Ravens.
Yeah.
Jay?
Yeah.
All right.
Jesus.
At Jaguars.
Win.
At Seahawks.
Loss.
Loss.
Against Texans.
Loss.
Against Lions.
W.
Dub.
Dub. At Cowboys.
Loss.
Loss.
Against Commanders.
Loss.
You guys are both losing to the Commanders at home. Have
Yeah.
some pride, fellas.
We've been through some shit.
All right. Against Eagles.
Loss.
Loss.
At Commanders.
Loss.
Loss.
At Vikings.
Loss.
Dub.
He said at the Colts. No, against the
No.
Colts, right?
I said at Eagles.
Loss.
I think that you guys might have 4 wins on your season.
PJ has 4 wins, and Jay has 5.
What did I say? I'm humble when it comes to the Giants.
Now, Gerald, you have these recorded, right?
This does go directly onto YouTube.
Okay, we're gonna revisit this and come back to it.
The Giants are literally going to have 4 wins at best.
Watch this be the year the Giants pick it back up and win the Super Bowl again.
I mean, fuck. What do you want me to say? Oh, boo hoo! No, they fucking go ahead and win a Super Bowl for all I care. But like, they're going to have 4 wins.
So, as we have our guest, he's not so familiar with the way that we format regular, dagular episodes when they come to an end. And you are going to be it's sprung on you right now. At the end of every episode, we each take the episode number and have to pick the best player to wear that jersey number.
Now, what episode is this?
Yeah.
31.
31. So PJ will take a New York team that he can pick. Gerald, what sport would you like to take?
I'll take the MLB.
All right. I will take. Jay, what would you like to take?
I'll take the NBA.
Without looking it up, you got to pick a sport.
I'm going to take the NBA.
NBA. All right. I'm gonna have to take the NFL. So, we will give our good guy Gerald his first opportunity to go since he picked first. And PJ, you can pick any New York sports legend you want because you're our resident New Yorker or New Jerseyan.
All right. Well, with 355 total wins, wearing number 31, I'm going to give it to Greg Maddux. Played for wearing number 31. He changed his number later in his career, but for the first 21 years of his career, wore number 31 for the Cubs and the Braves. And he also won an NL Cy Young with the Braves, 4 NL Cy Young awards with the Braves, and is one of the best control pitchers in Major League Baseball history.
All right, hold on. Give me one moment. Just ish right now. I got to get something.
Oh, jeez. It's either a bobblehead, a drink, or another jersey.
I'm betting jersey.
I'm going to say a ball.
Okay.
Like a signed ball or something. PJ, any bets?
I'm gonna go Jersey.
Yeah. No one picked the bobblehead, I don't think.
He's gonna surprise us with this one.
I know. Or it might just be his cat again. I don't know. Did you clean up the litter box, PJ?
I don't think you know how litter boxes work, Gerald. They clean up themselves.
You have to clean it
All
out
right.
eventually. I have 2 cats in the house.
So
well,
here's the thing,
I just
right?
cleaned it. They just shit.
Is Gerald, I have my answer, and it's my boy Jim Taylor in the NFL. Got a couple NFL championship rings playing with them boys, the Packers back then. But I have an amendment to whatever it was that you said about Greg Maddux. Now, I love Greg Maddux, but what you know about that boy?
Mike.
What you know about Mike Piazza?
Listen, I considered it. I did consider it, but
Stats.
I'm a stick with Greg Maddux.
How many dingers you want? Mike Piazza. Oh, and there goes Gerald. Gerald's dead. All right. So next we'll go to Jay before we wrap with PJ's disgusting pick. Jay,
I'll
who is
pick-
your
I got
best
two.
number 31?
I
I'm
got
gonna
two.
go with Reggie Miller.
Oh my!
The
fuck.
Nick Killer, Ciroc French
Holy
Vanilla
shit.
Reggie Miller. Hey Jay, don't you have a Reggie Miller piece?
I might. Fuck. Hold on.
Get this shit off
Now,
my
see
screen,
if-
bro.
See if you could, see if you can find a Nick piece to
Oh, I could probably find a Knicks. Hold on.
the best center of all time without a chip.
We don't discuss Ewing.
Patty with the fatty.
Reggie Miller.
Ciroc French Vanilla, the Nick Killer. You know, Reggie Miller never called Michael Jordan Mike.
There you go. Just the most
My
random bird I
boy.
have.
Is that Admiral Schofield?
Yes, it is.
W. That's a Washington W.
There's Rui.
My boy. All right, so you have Reggie Miller as your
Oh, shit. Here you
31.
go. Here's a Nick.
That's Rowan.
Need that. Let me actually, while we're on the subject of Knicks cards, I'll be right back in like 2 seconds. Bro. I picked these up.
He's
Oh,
at a show,
grabbing
bro.
his. They're nicking. All I know is I got a Mike Pizza
All right, yo.
before he retired a Hall of Famer.
If we talking about cards, look what I picked up at a card show the other day. Emmanuel Quickly autographed rookie
Okay.
All right.
and a
Future Hall of
PSA
Famer, by the
9.
way.
PSA 9 Rowan Barrett rookie.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a hot commodity. I also got a Ron Artest rookie card.
I have his signed. Hold on.
Ron
Hold
Artest or hey Jay, show him the
Yeah.
ball.
You scared?
It's hard.
Show him the ball.
I have the ball at my house at my apartment.
He's gonna have to save it for another day.
Save it for another day. But
I'll
he's
pull out
bringing
the
some.
autographs real quick for you, though. Got Ray Allen.
Got the Ray Allen. All right,
Meta
PJ.
World Peace, the legend.
Meta.
We're gonna have to put the card show on hold for a second. Now, PJ, you've got your number 31s directly coming after the Nick Killer.
My number 31s. All right. Well, as far as New York goes, we're gonna go Jason Sehorn. You know, that's my dog, the best white quarterback to ever play the sport of football. Absolute animal, Jason Sehorn.
Homeboy forgot about every other quarterback to ever play in the sport of football.
I said the best white cornerback.
Oh, cornerback. I thought you said quarterback.
No,
I was like,
I was about to say, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning.
no, that
Yeah.
boy,
Aaron Rodgers.
that boy, Jason Sehorn was a dog.
Me.
Don't get twisted. And you know, I always have to throw in my obscure basketball pick, so I'm gonna throw y'all for a loop. I'm gonna go Darko.
Darko
The human
Milicic.
victory cigar. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, guys, I have to remind you that there is something that we have potentially not taken on in this podcast. Is we didn't honor it the last anniversary of the 16th episode, which every 16th episode we need to remind people that it is the anniversary of Steve Novak's jersey number. So the 16th
Oh, yeah.
and then the 31st.
Absolute fucking animal. Did you see that TikTok?
Nah.
Hold up.
Also, there was the legacy of Priggy Smalls on this channel.
Bro, Pablo Prigioni, the best point guard to ever step on the court. It's Prigioni and Curry. If we're talking the top 2 point guards, it's Prigioni and Curry.
Where's Bargani on that list?
You said who?
Bargani.
Bargnani.
Bargnani.
Bargnani. I don't think about Bargnani, bro. I don't. Look, Pablo Prigioni is number 1. Steph Curry is number 2, and Pablo.
Listen, PJ wrote a song about Pablo Prigioni.
Bargnani is in hell. I hope he is in the 7th ring.
Well, that's because Bargnani made that one dummy mistake to shoot the ball
One?
with 7.5 seconds left.
One. Hello.
One.
Eddie Curry.
Big
We
body
traded
Eddie
Steve
Curry.
We traded Steve Novak for Andrea Bargnani, by the way.
Lost. You know what the
Hey.
Wizards
We
never did?
netted about
Trade
negative
Steve Novak.
20 wins in that shit. I've never
Well,
been
in
more
any case,
disgusted than
this
when I
is
looked at
the-
my phone and saw that.
The new end game wrap up. So, Jay, what are your favorite sports teams? Since you're new to the podcast.
Gotta go with the Lakers. Lakers in 5. Giants. We're going through some shit.
All right,
The Guardians?
everybody, go ahead. Shit talk the Lakers. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Bron's
Pick your own
gone.
guy.
Bron's gone.
yeah.
He's
Brian
bounced.
retiring, bro.
Yeah, he's got to retire at some point. What the fuck is a 95?
I thought he wanted to play with Bronny, but I don't think he's gonna make it.
That's why the Lakers are tanking, so they could just play together.
He's
They
going to
could just draft
Cleveland.
him.
He's going to Cleveland.
Yeah, he might go back to Cleveland again, if I'm being honest. Westbrook, not gonna be doing anybody any.
You're not going to say anything to Jay that can hurt him.
I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm just saying
It-
Westbrook
it's
is not gonna.
No, I'm just saying it's like saying the Knicks suck to PJ. Is he just goes, yeah.
What do you want me to say? No? Like,
Westbrook for Irving. Unexpected trade of the season.
All right. Well, Gerald, what is the total count at the end of the episode?
Oh, right now, I got PJ at 5. I gave him an extra point for Pablo Prigioni.
hell yeah.
Pretty small.
Corey, I got you at 5.
Oh, shit. We need a tiebreaker.
And then,
And
well,
Jay-
also PJ gave Jay plus 2,000.
Oh shit. No dick.
But provoke that. What did you have Jay at?
I had him at 4.
All right. Hey, we have to have a face off. All right,
Gerald, what are
Jay.
you at? Gerald's in this game, Corey.
Yeah, Gerald, what are you at?
Minus the 20 that you wanted to give me. I have myself at a 4 as well.
All
So
right.
Corey and I need a stand-up.
Yeah, we need a showdown. Jay,
One of
you're
y'all
about
needs to
to
pick a
depart. This is about to be an around the horn esque thing. Jay, what is your last topic that you want to give, and give a message sending us off?
The Lakers are going to bounce back next season, I swear.
The
All
Lakers
right,
are gonna
he's
bounce
very
back
quiet.
again.
That's my closing statement. I'm not delusional.
All right. Sending Jay off. Jay, great to have you on this week. Hope to have you sometime soon. All right, Gerald, deliver us this daily bread.
My last message for the day.
Well, you got to send us. Go ahead.
I know.
Yeah, give us a topic, Gerald.
I got to give you guys a topic. Fine. I'll pick something you know. All right. The AL East is still, in my opinion, the best division in baseball.
Who wants to start? Because I can go on.
You can go ahead.
All right. Well, yeah, obviously, because the Yankees are going to win the fucking World Series. Boston sucks. They're trash. They're garbage. The Orioles, like I said, are going to be in the wild card race. Tampa's Tampa. They're always going to be in there, but they're not going to be, they keep it competitive within the division, but then when the playoffs roll around, it's going to be the Yankees in there, baby. That's it. I don't know why my face is still on the whole screen. Get rid of that.
So I have to vehemently disagree with you. It just comes down to these dogs in the NL West, and I'll tell you why. We have 4 MVPs on our roster with Mookie Betts, with Freddie Freeman, Cody Bellinger, and Clayton Kershaw, who's an aged star, but he's still playing at peak potential when he's not hurt, which he is right now. And then you look at that, and we're still second in the NL West to the Padres. Then you look one spot down from us, and it's the San Francisco Giants, which still have Mike Yastrzemski, one of the Yastrzemskis, who's the other one's son, who's playing at an electrifying level. They added Jock Peterson, who was a nobody on the Cubs, but was a phenom on the Dodgers when we had developed him, and they're third. They're only a few games behind. When it comes to the Rockies and the Diamondbacks, they're still not that far out of the race, but they're not close. But that's still more competitive than it is saying, oh, the Orioles are going to get back in it. So when it comes to competitive division, yes, they're more competitive against each other. But when it comes to competitive against the MLB, the NL West has it by the fucking horns.
The tiebreaker, Gerald, what's going on?
All right. I'm going to give it to Corey.
That was my man was.
I'm gonna give it to Corey as much as I want the AL East. Listen, I enjoy watching AL East matchups for as much as anyone else, but you are right in terms of the competitiveness against the rest of the league and the possibility. Listen, whoever wins the NL West usually has the best chance of winning the World Series, unless by some freak accident the Padres get there, then they're out in the first round. But other than that.
All right, PJ, send us off with your little farewell.
My little farewell. It's been real. It's been fun. It ain't been real fun.
Yanks in 6.
Yanks in 6. Knicks on the come up. We'll see you. Look, a lot has happened since the last episode. Lives, different schedules. We're trying to keep feeding the people, man. So when we get the time, we'll feed the people.
All right, give me the final, baby, because I won that. Come on, give me the full screen. It's been a hell of a ride. Dodgers in 4. The Orioles are going to be a winning organization in the next 2 years. And I'll tell you what, anything, Mookie Betts for MVP, and I'll have to give it to PJ. I think your boy in the East Coast might win Cy Young in the AL. So, as always, this has been the We Talk Sports Podcast, and thank you for joining us. I've been Corey.
I've been PJ.
Gerald.
And we will catch you next time on the We Talk Sports Podcast. Take it easy.